it's EKG. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ebony, but I like to go by my pen name, EKG. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. And Carly, if you're watching this, thank you so much for mentioning me as one of your favorite booktubers. I literally died. You're obviously one of my favorite booktubers, so thank you so much. So today I'm continuing a series on my channel where I recommend books based off of a musician and their albums, and today we are doing The King, one of my all-time favorite musicians, Frank Ocean. We are doing a deep dive analysis. This video, I might be kind of like losing it because I formulated so many connections to so many different things. Yeah, basically I'm gonna start off with actually doing it, focusing on his two main studio albums, Channel Orange and Blonde. Seriously, Blonde makes it into my top 5 albums of all time. I love Frank Ocean so much, and I'm so excited to be recommending books to you based off of him and his life. But as we know, Frank Ocean is very low-key. He barely does interviews. I mean, he was supposed to perform at Coachella in 2020, and then COVID happened, and now he's not performing. And that was going to be one of his first performances in quite a while. So if you're like me and you're deprived of Frank Ocean's music, let's just go into a little deep dive where I connect his music and his songs to books that I think you would absolutely love if you love his music. And like the good researcher I am, I turned to Reddit to get most of my information. So I am gonna first start off with Channel Orange. Now, Channel Orange to me is really just kind of like the first look that we get into Frank Ocean, his views on class, his views on love and relationships. I saw on Reddit that when writing Channel Orange, Frank Ocean wanted to convey the emotions and feelings he got while viewing the color orange. And the first book based off of that information that I have to recommend to you is Bluets by Maggie Nielsen. Now, in Bluets, Maggie Nielsen focuses on the color blue. And within this book, she dives into color theory, to why she herself becomes in love and quite frankly obsessed with the color blue. She talks about how she sees her longing, she sees depression, she sees pleasure, she sees love in the color blue. And this book was phenomenal. It blew me away. And it definitely off the bat reminded me of Channel Orange. And within the book, Maggie Nielsen uses orange as a way to oppose blue. And I think that's a very interesting dynamic if you take into account Frank Ocean's love of orange. They both have very similar themes and feelings when ruminating on the color of their choice. Frank Ocean is obsessed with color. He has numerous songs. He titles his songs after colors, like White Ferrari. We have Pink and White, Pink Matter, Channel Orange, Blonde. Like, these are all colors. I think Frank Ocean really muses on colors and trying to convey certain emotions and translating those emotions that he feels when viewing those into actual songs. And for that is another reason why I think Bluets would absolutely blow you away, because Maggie Nielsen does the same thing with the color blue. It was so beautiful the way that she focused so much, an entire book, on the color blue. In not one moment was I bored. I was really amazed. Going into it, I thought that I would get tired of hearing about blue, but it kind of made me love the color blue. And I feel like that's what Frank Ocean did with Channel Orange. He really focused on cultivating his music and the sounds, and also just the emotions that you feel. I feel like Channel Orange could easily be played in the spring, in the summer. The music, for the most part, is very upbeat, it's very vibey, and it just reminds me of a warm summer day. So I feel like Bluets is literally Channel Orange's other half, because not only are they on opposite sides of the color wheel, Maggie Nielsen talks a lot about orange as well as blue in her collection, and I feel like Frank Ocean's themes of depression, longing, and kind of existentialism plays hand in hand into Maggie Nielsen's overall themes of Bluets. Another thing that I researched about Frank Ocean that I not only found on Reddit, but I also found on Goodreads, is that one of his favorite books is Utopia. And this makes so much sense, especially when we're talking about Channel Orange. Frank Ocean is obsessed with a type of utopia in his music, and you can hear it in the entire sequence of songs from Sweet Life up until Super Rich Kids. And he talks a lot about a lifestyle that on the surface area seems to be orderly and beautiful, but once you go deeper into unpacking what's going on, you see how truly messed up everything is and how everything is falling apart. And one book that I want to recommend to you based off of that is Little Fires Everywhere. And when I say that this book was so good, in Little Fires Everywhere, the author, she focuses a lot on portraying the town of Shaker Heights as this super uniform entity, and all of the lawns have to look a certain way, the hedges have to be a certain height, the houses are all like typical colonial American dream houses. And once the story of Little Fires Everywhere begins to unfold, we see how truly messed up and the struggles that these people are facing within the doors of their own home and their utopia. So I feel like Little Fires Everywhere, for sure, the main characters, well, the main families, there's two opposing families, but the main family is fairly wealthy, and you see how their relationship with their parents, their privilege, their access to certain information, now it affects people who don't have the same access to this sort of lifestyle. Yeah, Little Fires Everywhere definitely gives me Super Rich Kids energy. Truly, if you listen to that song and read Little Fires Everywhere, you'll know what I'm talking about. Celeste just has a way of writing that I think is very equivalent to Frank Ocean and his songwriting capabilities. Okay, so next I want to kind of transition into talking about Blonde a little bit. I mentioned earlier in the video that Blonde is one of my favorite albums of all time. It has one of my favorite songs of all time on it, Pink and White. And when the song is playing, I get main character energy coursing through my veins, and I feel like I am walking down the street or in a convertible, cruising, driving off into a pink and white sunset with my hair flying behind me and just living a carefree life, and there's nothing that I want more. So I love Blonde. And to me, Blonde encompasses a lot of relationship issues. And in this one article that I found on Billboard about Frank Ocean, this was referencing him writing Channel Orange, but it's evident in Blonde as well, is that one summer when he was 19 years old, he fell in love with a boy, and he goes into detail about what that relationship meant to him and to his identity. And I think the perfect author that goes hand in hand with Frank Ocean is Ocean Vuong. I mean, I know, how many times can I talk about Ocean Vuong? I don't know. Truly, I don't know. But Ocean Vuong is so perfect for Frank Ocean. They both write tragedy in relationships so well and so beautifully that even though you know it's going to end horribly, you're just grateful to go on the journey. And that's how Frank Ocean is. And I was stalking Ocean Vuong's Instagram, and he did a Q&A about On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. And he talks about how Frank Ocean inspired some of the book. And I have to recommend that to you. And Ocean Vuong said that I think it was a tie between Lost and Ivy for his favorite Frank Ocean songs, which Ivy is on Blonde. I mean, the connections that I'm creating here, groundbreaking research. Ocean Vuong, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, you have to read specifically the portion of the story that has to do with Little Dog, the main character's relationship with a boy that he meets. So good, so sad, so heartbreaking, but so beautiful. And I think Frank Ocean, if he ever read On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, would just be like, this is me in a book. And on top of that, you know, I like to recommend poetry to you. I recommend Night Sky with Exit Wounds. And once again, Ocean Vuong talks a lot about loving a boy when he was young, and Frank Ocean is the same thing. A deep dive into relationships and just the language. The feeling that I get when I hear a Frank Ocean song is the same feeling I get when I read Ocean Vuong's poetry. It's like they're extensions of each other. And I mean, not to mention they both have ocean in their name, not to state the obvious. So I just feel like it would be such a great match. I also want to start incorporating an honorable mention because I have not yet read this book, but my intuition is just telling me that it gives major Frank Ocean energy, and that is Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. If you have read this book, let me know in the comments down below if you think that Frank Ocean music lovers would love Giovanni's Room. Giovanni's Room, from what I know about it, follows a man who lives in Paris and he is engaged to a woman, but then he falls in love with another man and you get insight into their relationship. I heard James Baldwin writing is so tragically beautiful in it as well, and I just feel as though Giovanni's Room would go hand in hand with Frank Ocean's music. I'm trying to think of specific songs, maybe Self-Control, one of my favorite songs, Alpha Blonde, and I just feel like that book would speak to you if you love Frank Ocean. It's speaking to me, so maybe that's why I'm conveying the energy to you, that you would also love it. And yeah, let's buddy read it. Let's buddy read Giovanni's Room. If not, we're reading it together, okay? This is now a book club. That's it for the video. I love how in Apple Music, they refer to Frank Ocean in his artist bio as a J.D. Salinger of this generation, and I'm not mad at it. Love Frank Ocean. I love oranges. Let me know what other musicians you want to see book recommendations based on. I would love to do that for you. And once again, thank you if you're new here. Welcome to the fam. All of my links are down in the description box. You can follow me on Instagram at EKG Writing, on Goodreads. It'll be linked down below. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
I was like, yo.